I 20F broke up with my BF 20M who I thought was the right one for me. We were schoolmates. Met after 5 years in October 2022. We started talking and catching up on the last 5 years. He liked me since school and I started liking him too. We wanted to spend some time with each other and started dating only in December. I'd never felt such type of love for someone. He is the only person with whom I was actually able to see my future with. I wanted to marry him and spend my life with him. But since February beginning, things started to get upsetting. He wasn't putting in any efforts in the relationship. I no longer felt loved. I also felt like for him, everything else came before our relationship. It felt like our relationship wasn't as much a priority to him as it was for me. And I told him how I felt. How I wished he would take more efforts in better communication and expressing his love. We even talked about how things won't last long if there aren't efforts from his side. But he wasn't improving. I thought of giving him some time in the month of February. But by the end of Feb, it got to a point where I was thinking, what's even the point of this relationship? We talked a lot less on text. We hardly called each other because of being at home. My parents are Indian and I wasn't sure of telling them about my relationship, and video calling each other was even rare. Not to mention it had been over a month since we last saw each other. Whenever I made plans to meet, he was always busy with college, classes, practicals, etc. I couldn't bear to be treated like this anymore. I'm someone who needs constant reassurance in a relationship. And my emotional needs weren't being met. So I broke up with him 2 days ago. It was hard, of course. I've spent the last 2 nights crying. It's harder on him, I know, because I was the one who brought up breaking up. I keep going back and forth between whether I made the right decision or not. I do feel like patching up, although he probably hates me by now. But I don't want to go back to feeling unhappy in the relationship. But I also feel like, what if I never feel like that for anyone else? Although I do think I'm meant to be with someone else if this relationship didn't work out for me. But then again, what if I still love him years later but he's with someone else? We both have kept the option of trying once again open. Maybe when fate decides to make us meet. IDK. Does this get better? Is there anyone else who's meant for me? Will I ever feel that kind of love for someone again? Any other advice you'd like to give to make things easier for me? Please help in any way possible. I just want to feel better in this state of miserableness. TLDR, got into relationship with someone I thought was the right one for me. Realized he doesn't fulfill my emotional needs. Broke up with him. And now I'm miserable. What if I don't feel that kind of love for anyone else?